Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the finale of season 4 of Prison Break. Hopefully you guys are excited for today's episode. If you'd like to watch the full one, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click in it, put the password in and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description, we have been running our most liked to dislike characters of season 4, as well as running the next show to be posted onto the channel straight after Prison Break. Now, Dark did actually win that and voted in German as well, which is currently being posted onto the Patreon. So if you're interested in the next show coming to the YouTube, it's already being posted onto the Patreon. You selected it, it's Dark. And as well, bonus, we are posting the Big Bang Theory as well on weekends over there. So we've got, obviously, Prison Break onto the YouTube, we've got Dark on the Patreon, we've got the Big Bang Theory on the Patreon, and by the time season 5 finishes of Prison Break on the YouTube, we're going to be posting the next show onto the Patreon. Links in the description below to be voting for that, because Dark is only a small limited series and we're going to have so much content flying around. Big Bang Theory, Dark, Prison Break season 5 and the next show onto the channel. So if you're excited for what is to come, please get voting in the description below. But this is Prison Break season 4 finale. This is going to be the votes for the most liked to dislike characters of the season, and before we jump into it, we're going to do those right now. But if you're excited for the episode and you don't want to see the votes, just use the timestamp below, click on it and just flick straight forward to the main video. Okay, so here we are on our most disliked characters of season 4. Now, interestingly, looking at all the names here on basically right in front of you, it looks like the cast has been really small again. Honestly, it really does. But I've got to give credit to him, because this cast has actually been very entertaining and they've actually pulled out a decent season. Now, interestingly, I feel like it can only be a few people, to be honest, who could be in the most disliked, and Don could be one of them. You know, he's come in, he's got the proposition, you know, made them all think that he was A-OK. He stole Scylla from them, you know what I mean? He's been kind of like a bad guy / good guy. It's hard to say really throughout it, but he's actually caused them a bit of stress. You know, look at General Kranz. He's been there pretty much since Sona. He's also been the main person running the company that was trying to send Lincoln down basically in season 1, so he's the massive reason this is all actually happening. And then obviously you got Christina, who was introduced late into the season, but she's dropping bombs down that, like, Lincoln's not a kid, you know what I mean? She don't really care about him. She tried to kill Michael, tried to kill Lincoln. She's been chaotic. And then you've got Roland, who I do have to apologise because I forgot to put him on the list at first. How did I forget me? The guy's so annoying. But because of all the action and all the chaos, his name did slip the mind. So if you have voted without him being on there, I do apologise. But that's only the first few days on the Patreon, so hopefully not everybody has chosen somebody else and you waited for him to be on there. But he's down there as a contender as well. So I feel like it's them four. And to be honest, I'm going to go with the person that stressed me out early on in the season, and you know it's Roland. And you know, I know that he did die quite early on, and I actually thought his death, to be honest, was kind of tight, but then it was kind of, I wouldn't say deserved, but he's asking for it, you know what I mean? He's betraying Michael, he's betraying Lincoln, he's trying to cut deals with Wyatt, do you know what I mean? He's just a snake, honestly, it really was. Like, if you look at these, yeah, like, they all have different reasons, but his was supposed to be beneficial, help sit there. He messed up Vegas, you know what I mean? He was all self-centered. He always tried to be funny, and everyone was like, mate, you're not even funny, just be quiet and do your job. And he just ended up trying to screw them. So for that reason, he is my person for the most disliked character of the season. Here we have it for season 4. Our most disliked characters are Roland, Christina and Don in third place. They take the top 3 spots. T-Bag and Sarah share 4th with 1 vote each. Now, interestingly, if we compare this to the Patreon, it is pretty much the exact same order. They had Roland, Christina, and Don and T-Bag at that time had 1 vote each. So it's interesting to see that this time around, anyway, everybody is on the same wavelength. It's going to be interesting, and I can't wait to see, obviously, who we pick for the most liked characters, because that's where we usually differentiate. When we do the most disliked characters, it's usually standout ones, isn't there? These people that really get on our nerves. But in terms of the most liked characters, it could be people who've been really funny, or really somebody like Michael who's really strategic and really clever. But I actually didn't mind Don as the season progressed, to be honest. I thought that he was interesting, then I thought he was a bit shady, and then I think he picked up a little bit again. He was working with them at the end, and I thought it was kind of ruthless what happened to his wife and what ended up happening to him as well. You know, it was quite savage. I think Roland deserved to take that vote. I know he was in it for the first half of the season, and Christina picked it up for the second half, and they respectively took the top 2 spots, but he was so annoying at the start. I didn't think he was funny once, to be honest, and everybody actually complained about him who was in their little group, wasn't it? He wasn't even helping the team, and he was the one that caused him to lose kind of the Scylla card when he went to Vegas, so he did deserve that spot. Now I'm interested to see who everybody choose for the most liked characters of season 4. So here we are in our most liked characters of the season. Now, obviously, if we eliminate the 4 that we was just talking about there, then that just leaves a couple, you know, a couple of originals, if that makes sense. Now, if you look at it, you know, I actually really like Bellamy. I think I'd give him the 1 for Sona, but I can't do it again. He had like half a season, do you know what I mean? And I think I'd give Lincoln a season as well, to be honest. You know, I love the way he shouts and he just wants to fight, and he's always like angry. I actually think he's really entertaining and he does make me laugh. And again, I feel like he is a contender for it. Michael's Michael, do you know what I mean? I feel like that's a negative sometimes, because Michael's just the same Michael from season 1 to now. And although that's entertaining, you know, I always kind of give my characters to... So, for example, I'm not slagging him off because season 1 he got the most liked vote from me. You know what I mean? Really entertaining. But if you look at it... Oh, no, T-Bag might have got it, actually. I'm not too sure. But if you look at him here, he's just always been the team player, always been helping everybody, and I've got to give him mad respect. But I also choose characters that impress me and change throughout the seasons, and I'm actually going to choose, Alexander Mahomes. You know, I actually think he's been really good. He's had a great season. If you look at it early on, he's coming in with all the information, how to find things, how to decode stuff, where to look, tracking down stuff for Scylla. He's twisting and turning me here and there. You know, the last few episodes I thought that he was being a snake himself, and then he turned out that he was doing okay. And then, do you know what I mean? He's been unpredictable and he's been entertaining. And I like how he's cut deal with Michael when I thought that he was going his own way, and then he ended up working together, and then he saved Lincoln, and they've had beef, and he's lost his son, and he killed White. Great season. I don't have to roll out. I think he's been a real good introduction to the show, to be honest. It was great when he come in and he was challenging Michael in season 2. It was different. It brought another smart mind to it. Then obviously it went crazy in the prison, and then coming back in here, he's been in kind of like turmoil for his son being killed, but also I feel like he's used his mind well, helping everybody. I just feel like he deserves it. And here we have it for our most liked characters of the 4th season. And this one actually makes me really, really happy. It actually does. Mahomes has taken the top spot. 54%. 13 votes, 6 with Michael, 2 with Lincoln, 1 with T-Bag, 1 with Gretchen, and 1 with Sarah. Now, I have to say, I actually think Gretchen was a great character and a fantastic introduction to the show. Now, the top 3 spots, again, no changes at all. Exactly the same as the Patreon. Mahomes is number 1, Michael 2, and Lincoln 3. So it's very interesting that this season we've all picked up on the same vibes. We've all chosen the same characters, and obviously it represents it here in the final votes. I've got to say, like I said, Mahomes, very, very happy that he's taking the top spot. His character progression has been fantastic. What happened to his son was absolutely ruthless, and I'm glad that he got his revenge on Wyatt. He really did deserve that. Now, he's been through some ups and downs and, you know, some twists and turns. Sometimes I thought he was against Michael, then he was working with Michael. Then I thought, oh, mate, you made a bad decision. And then it ended up being really good, and sometimes I just felt really sorry for him. I just think ever since his introduction, he's been so good, vital to the show, great character, and he's been heavily involved in all of the storylines. I think that every time he's in it, it's interesting. It gets your mind ticking. He's clever as well. He's another Michael, but different. And, you know, I feel like he does definitely deserve this spot. I'm not too sure if this is the first time that Michael's not taking it, but for me, I'm so happy that everybody has chosen him to be the top liked character for season 4. And now we're just concluding this little segment by saying thanks for everybody that's taking part and voting. If you're interested in watching the next show on the channel, Dark is being posted onto the Patreon right now. You guys voted for it in the description, and that won. We are also posting The Big Bang Theory on weekends over there on the Patreon. I'm not too sure when that is actually coming to the YouTube, but 2 shows running, Dark and The Big Bang Theory, and Dark's only 24 episodes or something like that, so we're going to be quickly moving on to a next show. Once this one finishes, Prison Break season 5 onto the YouTube, we'll probably finish Dark on the Patreon, which means the next show is starting, so you need to get voting as well for that in the description below if you're interested in content on the channel. Got Dark, got The Big Bang Theory, and another show coming by the time possibly Prison Break is finished on the YouTube. So content for days. Thanks for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you do, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump in to the finale of season 4 of Prison Break.
Well, if you're watching this, I'm glad. Because that means you're safe.
Michael looks like he knows that he's going to do something bad.
Michael, we really have to rethink this.
I'm gonna drop down into this outer area here, and I'll cut the parachute off before anyone can reach me. The administration building is connected to the chapel, which means that somewhere in that compound, there's a subterranean exit.
How's Sarah gonna get to the chapel?
She'll have to find a way. I need you two to take care of T-Bag, find out exactly who has this money, and where they're keeping it.
Delay in final delivery. The woman we hired is having trouble getting near SARA Tancredi.
I want Sarah Tancredi dead by the end of the day.
Yo, we about to pay cards. Do you want in?
I'm okay, thanks.
Not too smart, though, for a girl with a bounty on her head. Tancredi, you have a visitor.
They all sit there earwigging though, don't they? All of them listen.
Things aren't working out. But from where we stand right now, there's only one option.
Do you need more time to think?
No, it's not about that.
Pray for us tonight.
Pray for us.
You can pray for us to be together. Maybe I'll do the same.
Did he sneak the 7 in? I feel like he said that then.
The logbook outside says that Krantz had one visitor yesterday. Joe Daniels. I need more.
Well, you better get cracking, because if I ain't got that money by 7 o'clock, you ain't got your fire, you ain't got your fire alarm.
We got a pilot. It's a guy I busted 20 years ago, running drugs across the Gulf. Went legit, runs a charter business now.
It's a test. See, the prison was built in the mid-'80s, so that exit in the administration building is probably protected by an electronic coded lock.
You can't just go to the building's generator and blow it out.
No. A 1200-volt power surge will just set off the other alarms.
Not to mention maybe kill you.
There it is. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's that. Somebody's gonna electrocute him, do you reckon? Mate, come on, don't do it.
Talk to me, Mahone. What do you got?
Nothing yet.
I don't need updates on the hour. I need evidence.
We're doing a lot of Michael dying. Oh, it's part of her family. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it just jumps into this new screen. Yeah, Gretchen's won. Gretchen's won. Mate, any one-on-one fight, I feel like Gretchen's gonna win.
Agatha Warren is dead.
Who did that?
No one's talking, but I hear it's those fish.
We can still find someone else.
You defo car, it's lastminute.com.
If anyone asks, I was flying a tourist to the Keys, and it's not my fault they jumped.
You know, it's not going to be easy for Michael. First time it sounds like he's jumping out of a plane.
If you don't like this guy, we take a day, we come up with a new plan.
If I don't make it, I want you to make sure Sarah and my brother get out of the country alive. Take this. I trust you, Alex.
It's a lot has changed from him. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you remember when nobody liked him and all that? And at the start of the season, do you remember when Lincoln said him and Mahomes are going to settle the differences? You know what, right? If this wasn't 2 episodes after the finale, oh, I keep calling it finale, even though this is the finale, of the episode where Michael was revealed to us that he passed away and Mahomes was stood at his grave, I would be indecisive of what decisions that, you know, Alex was going to make. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at it from last episode, he wants his job back and he's ready to, you know, kind of throw Michael and Cole under the bus so he can actually get it. But then, if I could think back to episode 22 when I seen him stood at his grave and obviously with Agent Lang, I'm thinking that he's obviously kept his word and he's helped them, because obviously they would have figured out that it was him, the rat, the person that obviously screwed them all over, wouldn't it? And it didn't look like that was the case. It looked like it was all in harmony in 22. So I feel like, and I hope so, that he makes the correct decision and he helps him and he doesn't actually give any information away.
Special delivery. What? My man on the outside needs to know who to call for the birthday present. Whose birthday is it?
Oh, he's writing a number down. Look at that.
Okay, see to it gets back to the same place.
Will do.
Joe Daniels' number, right?
That's it. Is that enough information, or you need his social security number too? The boys do me wrong. I have no qualms at all about singing loud and clear. You understand?
You know what? Just be ready.
Okay, no te preocupes. Ya hablo con él y se lo digo. She'll meet you in the San Andres Harbor in the Dominican Republic, and then you guys can fly to Costa Rica.
We're ready.
Thing is, we've been told how Michael's getting in, but we've never heard how he's getting out.
Good luck, Bobby.
I made it in the wood shop. I want to give my daughter Emily a birthday gift on her actual birthday. We need to get to the chapel. There's no way out of here right now. I'm gonna need you.
Maybe Gretchen beats everybody up and lets Sarah get there, but I still have no idea how they're getting out of the prison. I know Michael's getting in though.
Okay, hold it right there. I'm calling the police.
Get out!
Fuming if you was that guy, weren't you? Honestly, you're really fuming.
I'll be right back. I gotta get that parachute.
Don't do it.
Any ideas? Keep your head down and follow me.
She's back. Daddy wants to take him out. Technically, Sarah got branded last episode for nothing, really.
Do you think you can overpower her? I don't think it's her you have to worry about.
Look at all them staring.
Was the gift earned? Oh, what the hell are you talking about?
The birthday present.
Birthday present? 2 guys showed up at my house. They took the money and they beat the crap out of me.
Oh, I just thought I'd let you know I came into some green. My personal preference is 2 Zagnut bars and a copy of the Times. So I'll see you in the AM.
Mate, he's got the cash. He can run the town. Do you know what I mean? That must be how he buys his way to the top.
You got the money. Sucre just dropped me off on the way to wire it.
Good. That means Teabag's set.
Think about all the amazing stories you were able to tell your kid. You're gonna be the type of father our dad never was.
Unless you got details on the
Here we go.
You can forget about getting your badge back.
Tell him a lie.
He's gonna
Oh, fuck off.
What?
I swear to God.
Disappointed with Mahomes, man. I don't know. He's give this information and it's true as well. So no matter what happens.
20 armed COs in the yard and be ready to turn off all exterior lights. Go.
What you think happened with Agatha, it's not what happened. I need to make this right with you, okay?
Go ahead.
You know, I still owe you one big, juicy favor. Little blue eyes. I swear to God, she wanted to kill me, and I was just defending myself.
I never did get knocked up. But I grew up a family, and I practically raised Agatha, and she wasn't no killer.
Greedy little bitch, you bit off more than she can chew.
Come on, Sarah. Oh, here we go. She's gonna flip. Oh, she got stabbed. I'm still disappointed in the Mahone thing, me. I just really am. How's Michael gonna do this now? Literally, I have no idea. Does Sarah even escape? Just look at it. In one episode, all these people and guns and everything waiting for him. Somebody has jumped out as well. I'm just assuming it's Michael. You know, logic would tell us that. He doesn't know that Mahomes is doing this. Oh. It's not even a real person. I don't even know what's actually happened there, you know. Maybe that's a distraction that Michael needed. I don't even know, actually. You think about it, right? If Mahomes didn't give that information, all those people wouldn't have been there. So then Michael wouldn't have needed the diversion of being all the way over there. But then again, maybe Michael wanted that to happen because he wanted all the focus to be on here because the Warden's focusing on here as well. So, like, while this is happening, you know, Sarah and co, even though they're in a bit of commotion here, can actually escape to the chapel. And that's where Michael's going to sneak through. You know what I mean? I'm not really too sure. I was disappointed with Mahomes there. He actually peed me off as well. I thought that he actually went against everything and maybe they come up with a new plan. You know, when Michael got out of the car and he said, look, mate, there's a better way. Maybe this is it. Maybe they revealed it. Do you know what I'm saying? We've seen it maybe 2 episodes ago or something when he actually took down the company where I was like, look, mate, respecting them both. They've got to do what they got to do to save the family. And it turns out they both cut a deal and they're both going to screw each other over. Do you know what I mean? And we didn't actually see that deal and they pulled that fast one on us again. You know what I mean? Like, it made us look like Mahomes was going to throw him under and do him dirty, but actually they put a plan together and he's going to go in through the back door now. Do you know what I mean? It looks like there's a person there, but it might just be the wind blowing the parachute. Alright, so he's laying underneath a van and snuck in that way.
Priority, sir. I'm the leader of the emergency team. Now let me inside right now.
I have strict orders. No one gets inside at this point, sir.
Sure, what's your orders, sir? Go talk to your supervisor.
He did get the money though, didn't he? Sounded like it anyway to me.
Check the kitchen. They might be in the kitchen.
Maybe Sarah gives her a lick for actually dragging her in there. They need Teabag to come through with this fire alarm.
I'm not gonna make it on my own.
I think we're good.
What's Gretchen doing? Go, Sarah, go.
You here alone? Is there anyone else here?
Yes.
Who?
God.
Excuse me?
Come to the church, innit?
He's always here. I was worried about my little girl on the outside, so I came to pray.
Mate, they've not called it in. I want him to... Yeah, I don't know. I want him to get close to Gretchen and she just does some karate stuff and takes them all out, like always. Do you know what? Maybe this is the best way, you know. They both split from each other.
better head over there.
That was interesting, actually. I hope that actually does get to Emily. Oh, it's Michael. How are we getting out of here? It's just that I don't understand, you know. Like, I'm thinking that, you know, earlier on in the episode, we got a foreshadow. Michael's being killed, yeah? We had the front, basically, start of the episode with, like, a recording. And, like, you usually see this, you know, when people are dying or, like, they anticipate a death coming. You sit down, they do a story, you know, for my kids, for my wife, for my brother. It's for Sarah and Link. So, obviously, he's made this thing and he's like, I'm glad you made it. You know, if you're watching it, you've made it. Well done. Do you know what I mean? As if, like, the escapes happened. And then we got a bit further on and he was like, look, mate, you know, whoever, like, touches this fence or whatever, like, they're gonna get killed or, like, all the vaults go through them. And then, like, a couple of seconds later, it was like, you do that, you know, I'm going to shoot him in the back. And it's like, maybe he gets electrocuted or maybe he gets shot in the back, you know, during this escape. You know what I mean? I'm feeling like, obviously, Michael knows that his nosebleeds are coming back and Sarah's pregnant with his child. And, like, if anything happens in this escape and they get caught, he's going to throw his body on the line and sacrifice himself for her because he feels like his life's much shortened anyway and he don't want anything to happen to Sarah and the kids. So, you know, it's interesting. I still don't really know how they're going to get out of it, but I'm excited to do it. And there's only 18 episodes left. I mean, minutes left.
I want every inch of that fence line checked for points of compromise.
Yes, sir.
You think Sucre made the drop on time?
Don't know.
Oh yeah, the fire alarm's not even been pulled up yet. Oh, so the money's not actually gone through yet. I thought that he said that it had.
Your account balance is $0.00.
You got 10 minutes, man.
What do you think you're doing, Fish? We're in lockdown.
Oh, you can't test it now.
What's going on in bitch block? I don't know.
What's it worth to you to find out?
The other side is a kind of escape hatch for the administrators.
Tell them what you told me.
Michael Schofield's about to stage a prison break.
Exactly what did Schofield ask you to do?
Just light a fire in my cell.
Fire alarm. When that goes off, what's your protocol?
State law, mandatory evac.
Hell, he wasn't gonna break her. I was gonna get you to escort her out.
Deactivate the smoke detection system, the fire alarm, and while you're at it, kill the horn.
Maybe Michael anticipated this, I don't know. I don't think so, though. He's waiting for it. Don't look like it's happening, though, does it?
That's what we were waiting for.
Well, it doesn't seem that the alarm's gone off. So what's Michael?
Michael, there's a...
It's okay. See, there's only one thing you can count on when you're dealing with Teabag.
Yeah, there you go. That was smart. He did anticipate it. Shut the door behind you, man. Is this that generator that we was talking about?
Okay. We'll override the reader for just a few seconds, just long enough for you to open the hatch, so get ready.
Not gonna work.
1.
It's all right, we're gonna keep moving and we're gonna find another way out of here.
No, he knows what he's got to do.
I know what I have to do.
So I'm assuming it's going to be electrocution. That's what I think Michael's going to get hit by.
The battery wasn't generating enough power. I have to blow the system for the whole building. If I reconnect these 2 cables, there'll be a lot of noise. And every light bulb in this place is going to blow. And as soon as that happens, you need to open that hatch. Someone has to stay here. And someone has to open the hatch.
I'm not leaving unless you're coming with me.
But I am coming with you.
I think it's mad that everybody puts a life over the baby. I'm saying it's right, but it's mad, innit? Do you know what I mean? Michael's not even seen the baby and he's going to kill himself to save him. You would have thought in his backpack, though, he could have anticipated this problem, you know, arising and bring something that don't conduct it. No. Bullet.
Where's Michael?
Mate, you're wasting time. Just tell him.
He's not coming back.
We didn't see his body. And if they keep it this way, then it's always up in question marks. Mate, you're wasting time getting a car. I know you're late panicking, Lincoln. I know it's half here, but, you know, you got to say Sarah now. Sarah should speak. She's not said a word. We didn't see it, mate. They didn't confirm that he was dead, did they? Do you know what I mean? Let's see what happens now. Yo, you know what? I kind of feel a little bit tight on Teabag, but like...
Michael asked me to give you this if he didn't make it out.
Ending clip. Oh, it's his blood work. Right. That was quick, that. I don't really know what... Basically, was he saying that, like, his tumor was back and he was going to die anyway? And you've got 100k here, haven't they? Look.
Supposed to wire it down to Costa Rica for you to pick up, but I ran into some trouble.
Oh, so they never actually planned to give it to you back. You'd think they'd do a bit of an even split, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? You just stole 100k, can't you have 33 each?
Why didn't he just tell me?
Because he knew you'd try to stop him.
Yeah, it's natural instincts, isn't it? Yeah, but you didn't know that was happening, that's why. He didn't want to tell you. Proud of Mahomes, actually. You know, he disappointed me, but then he come clutch and he didn't actually do what I thought he was doing, so I like it. He's still kind of in a prison get-up. You would have thought it would have got some clothes for, innit?
Well, if you're watching this, I'm glad. Because it means you're safe. I wouldn't have had much time anyway, so... I made my choice, and I don't regret it. Not too long from now, there's gonna be another little Schofield running around. You promise me they're gonna grow up knowing their uncle is never far away. You to promise me that you're gonna keep an eye on Link. As you may have noticed, he has a tendency to get in trouble.
Innit?
I want to say that I love you both. And I want you to promise me that you're gonna tell my child how much they're loved every day. And remind them how lucky they are to be free.
Mate, do you know what? I like the concept of sitting down and like talking to camera. It's finished. You know what I mean? So like, well, that was the end. Oh, it's called free as well. Seen it in the top corner there. That was the end of that, the whole complete show. But I know that I can click on the next episode and see us rocking and rolling in season 5, which excites me. Maybe I take a 10-month break, like these took a 10-year absence. You know what I mean? I don't know now. I'm going to jump into the next one. But, you know, I've always liked the concept of like sitting down and recording some videos. Now, whether it's, you know, you do one on the birth of your kid and then you do one consecutively every year or something, or like maybe, you know, when you hit milestones in your life, when you've got your child or whatnot, you sit down and you talk about the memories that you've hit, you know, the first steps, or, you know, you've seen them make the first friend, or like even them, you know, growing old and going to the first party or staying out, you know what I mean, one of the family's house, you know what I'm saying? Like all these little experiences, you know, your first vacation, sitting down, talking together, just expressing like how much you love them, how much they mean to them, you know, like he was saying there, you know, going through your life, everybody talks so much in code, and you give little messages here and there and origamis, and you might drop a text here or maybe a Facebook post, or do you know what I mean, or you say something in passing. But like, how many times do you ever sit down and like tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your girlfriend, you know, tell your boyfriend that you love them, and you know you're always going to be there for them, and you know they're everything to you, you know what I mean? We all feel it, we all know it, we all like think that everybody reciprocates it in the way that we mean to tell them. But like, how many times do you point blank sit out and just say it to the face how much that they mean to you? Do you know what I mean? And I like what Michael's been saying there, and like I said, you know, I like doing the concept of these tapes because you can sit back and you can look and you can see them. You know, words on a piece of paper as well are impactful. You know, look at all these diaries that people write, you know, when he was in the war. You know, everything that was going on back in the day, people done stories. They wrote the feelings down, you know, the loved ones, everything that they're experiencing. And then you look at them today, you know, this worth 60, 70, 80, 100 years in the past, and it's still important today. People can feel it, and, you know, they can understand what they're talking about. And I just like the fact of doing something like that, letters or stuff where you can sit down and you can see a family member, and I would love to do it if I ever have children. So the fact that I can leave messages for them, so then if I ever pass away, they can see, they can, you know, reminisce and see all the good times and the bad, and my personality, and they can hand it down to the grandkids and stuff like that. When you're not here, you still are here, aren't you? Like Michael was saying, there's a little one running around, you know what I mean? I may not be here, but a little Schofield is, and you know, hopefully you can tell him how good I am and how much I love him. And I don't know, like, I know I've got on a tangent for like 2 minutes there from the end of the episode in terms of something that I enjoy and like there, but I really do feel like recording messages, writing notes, telling people you love them is so important. And I thought the context of it was a great ending for it. And you know me, Mr. Consistent with the terms of not seeing a death doesn't mean a death's happened. You know, I've said it all the time. I say it in every show that I've ever seen, ever on the channel. Unless you see me to death and you confirm they're completely 100% gone, I'll always be questioning it. And, you know, I know that obviously Michael's potentially not dead here. I mean, I don't technically know that he's in season 5, but I mean, I'm kind of guessing. I'll be 99% certain that he is, you know what I mean? And I don't know what season 5 is going to be, to be honest. I feel like maybe it's that they've jumped into the future a little bit and they've advanced, and then they've realised and they may have found information that Michael actually is alive, you know what I mean? And he's been kept quiet because they didn't really want another prison break, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at it, Michael's broke out of Fox River, he's broke out of obviously Sonar, he's broke Sarah out of here. Mr. Consistent and the people and the gangs that he works around him are obviously successful at doing it, and maybe keeping his death or keeping him hush-hush as low profile is their best way of not wanting another one to happen, you know what I mean? So I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm excited to see obviously what we do for season 5. And I thought the last 2 episodes were really interesting. You know, I thought that episode 22 was good how they concluded it, and I didn't know how they could go forward from here. But I like the build up to it, obviously the death, and showing us how they got to that episode in this one. And, you know, Michael made the ultimate sacrifice, and I can't really blame him for it. And that's going to wrap up today's finale. Yes, what an exciting last few episodes. And I'd like to thank every single person that has obviously taken time to vote for the most liked to dislike characters of this season. Was there any shocks in there? You know, did you expect me to vote who I voted for? And, you know, who is technically going to be your most favourite character out of the whole franchise? Because we are going to be opening up a vote when we go into season 5, and it's going to be the top 3 characters of the whole entire show. So we're going to have characters in there from the likes of season 1, where you've got your tweeners and the Bruces and the Haywires, you know what I mean? And then we're going to continue forward and obviously have people that have been in it after that with the, you know, with the Mahones and the Gretchens and the Sarahs, you know what I mean? And you still got the Michael and the Lincoln and the Teabag, and we're going to go with the Bellicks and everybody that's kind of made some sort of impact in the Killermans into the show that we're going to have in there. And you can vote for your top 3 characters. And then what will happen is, obviously, when we get to the final episode of season 5, we'll aggregate all of them up. It'll show us a poll, and we can see the top 3 most favourite from every single person that's obviously enjoyed the whole franchise. We have been running ever since season 1, obviously the top 3 seasons. You know, we can run that straight away as soon as we start the franchise, because obviously no spoilers are allowed there. And you know, it's just general opinion basically on which you like out of all of them. I'd be interested to see obviously who everybody chooses for the 3 seasons as well when we get into the final one. And we could also go back and we can review, you know, today's vote and obviously season 1, 2, 3s and see if there's any change, you know, from the winners of them to obviously the winners in the final season. So it's going to be really interesting. And like I said, if you're interested in all of that, votes will be starting to be in the descriptions when we move into season 5. But today's episode, obviously, if you look at it, you know, it was good. I never really understood how Michael was technically going to get out of the prison once he was parachuting into it. To be honest, I thought that plan sounded decent. You know, it sounded really heroic. And, you know, Gretchen as well ended up being inside. You know, her story never really actually got concluded, did it? And if you think about it, 2 things. One massive one that never really got concluded was season 1, when they took the money from DB Cooper, Charles Westmoreland or whatever, and said that he was going to go and give some to his daughter. You know what I mean? Michael promised to do that, and it never actually happened. Now, I can't really blame Michael for it. He's been in some ups and downs and sticky situations, and he had the 5 million and they lost it. You know, they kicked it into the water, didn't they? I mean, I always thought that they might actually go back and have a look at it, to be honest. You know, they could rinse it out and maybe dry it off. I'm not too sure, but I definitely would have checked it anyway, because I can't remember his name now, but he was so annoying, that guy, honestly. He really, really was annoying. I'm glad that Sarah killed him. Now, obviously, Sarah killed Christina, and that's why she was in the prison. And Michael and Cole worked quickly and ended up obviously getting her out, which is bad, really, because obviously we've worked like 2 full seasons in terms of her prison escape to obviously succeed in one, and then we managed to actually pull one off in 2 episodes. But I did like the vibes from it, to be honest, and I liked being inside of prison again and, you know, everything that was kind of going on. And I really thought that actually, you know, what's it called? Teabag got the money from them. Just the way he went in and he spoken to the general, I thought like he was saying that he received a transaction, and he was laughing and gloating that he screwed him over. But then if you look at the episode, he was actually going to wire the transfer for Sarah and not actually give her in a briefcase, you know what I mean? Now, interestingly, they anticipated that Teabag was going to screw them over, and that's what he was waiting for Michael to deactivate the alarm so he could obviously put some heat on it, and then he could go through and get Sarah into that door. But sorry, talking about something that obviously we didn't actually conclude when I said Charles Westmoreland's daughter didn't actually get any money, was Gretchen. You know, she's actually been arrested or caught or whatever, you know, like going over to the chapel, and she's been taken back into the prison. But we don't really know what happens with obviously Daddy, with her. And also, did Emily get her little necklace that Sarah picked up as well? It's going to be interesting, you know. We're not going to get that revealed in season 5. It's just going to be too much detail to go in for pointless, if that makes sense. Like, because obviously the show was supposed to be concluded now. But it's just a little thing that I thought was interesting. And obviously Gretchen, at the end of the day, regardless of what you think of her, did play a decent role in the show, to be honest. I really did enjoy her character as a whole. Not all the decisions that she made, she was unpredictable, but she was also exciting. And, you know, got to say fair play to her for the impact that she had for the time that she was given. Very, very good. Like I said, you know, Michael sacrificed himself to save Sarah, to save his kid. Can't really blame him. That's what every dad's going to do. I was saying there, it's crazy, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, what parents would do for the child. You know what I mean? Willing to sacrifice yourself. But I wasn't saying that in a bad thing. I was just saying, like, it's mad in it how much a parent actually gets their love. You know, like, Michael's not even seen his child. He don't even know if it's going to be healthy and actually born. You know what I mean? Anything could actually happen. But he's willing to sacrifice himself and obviously make sure Sarah and the baby was okay, because his love is so strong and it's such an early stage as well. You know what I mean? You got to respect it, and I enjoyed it. And I can't wait, obviously, to see what technically they're going to say happened in the start of season 5. It's going to be really exciting, and I can't wait for it. I'd like to thank everybody, obviously, for watching seasons 1 to 4. And hopefully you join, like I said, for the remainder of the show. One more season, as well as all the votes that are going to be opening in the descriptions. And I can't wait to see everybody chooses. Hopefully next season's good and it's not a letdown. If it is a letdown, I kind of give it, you know, I'll give it one of them, a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just an additional, a treat. You know what I mean? I love the Vampire Diaries, and if they decided to do one more season to bring everybody back, I'd be excited for it. And if it was crap, I'd be like, look, mate, not the best, but the nostalgia from it is what I love to see. And, you know, for me, I'm just jumping straight into it and going into it, so it kind of just feels like it's the next episode. But when it was released, obviously everybody would have a different opinion and excitement, and maybe anticipated that it was going to be amazing and it was okay. I don't know, we're going to have to see, but I am excited for season 5 and I can't wait to see what's in store. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.